Hey kids, are you ready to graph a piecewise defined function? Okay, I'll take that as a yes. For the first part, since both our restrictions are 0 here, we're going to put zeros in the x column. And for the next part, since this is less than or equal to, we're going to put a -1 here. And for here, this is greater than 0, so we're going to put a 1 here. And we're going to plug the 0 into this first formula, and that equals 0. And then we're going to plug a -1 into that formula, and that is +2. And then, for this one, we're going to plug a 0 into this formula, and that is 1. And for this one, we're going to plug a 1 here, and that's a 3. So now, we got our ordered pairs. These are each ordered pairs. And since this is less than or equal to, this gets a filled-in circle.
Could you explain that, please?
I can explain it. Since this is less than or equal to, it gets a filled-in circle because it can take that whole line. Since this is just greater than, you have to give it a hollow circle because it can't get that certain specific point. Alright, so now we're going to plug these problems in to our graph over here. So we start at 0, 0, and put a filled-in dot there. Then we go to -1 and up 2, and give another filled-in hole there. Connecting the dots and draw an arrow. For the next graph, we start at 0, and we go to +1, and give it a hollow circle, because it's greater than. And then for the next point, we go to 1, and go up 3. And we give it a filled-in hole, and connect the lines. And that is your piecewise defined function. And now, for the domain and range, you find...
Could you explain what a domain and range is?
The domain is all the x values in this graph, and the range is all the y values in this graph. So for this graph, the domain would be -infinity to infinity, because the x values are always, these arrows are never going to stop, so they're going to go the whole way. For the y value, it goes 0, because 0 is right here, that's the lowest part of the graph, comma, infinity, and this is actually a bracket, because it's a number. Infinities don't get brackets. So that is how you graph a piecewise defined function.